Okay, this lesson I want us to look at a number line. And I know the number lines that you're used to have always been starting at zero. They've always been zero. So today I want to look at a different one. We're going to start at we're going to show it in a different way today. It is going to start at zero today. But we're going to end it at one. And I want to show you how this will look like. So here we start at zero, and here we start at one, or we end at one. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to mark some significant fractions here. We know that half will be right here. And I want you to notice or pay attention to the numbers on the ruler here. I actually went up to 10, but you'll see why in a moment. Okay, so there's half of between 0 and 1, 0.5 would be listed here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to label all the tenths for now. Okay, so there are our fractions. I'm going to extend these lines just a little bit. I want this to be bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the equivalent fractions and decimals, or what is equivalent to each other. So at the bottom, I'm going to indicate this in decimals. And at the top, I'm going to show their equivalent fraction. Okay, now I've created the number line. I'm going to go over some examples. So if I want to show where, say, 6/10 is, I know 6/10 is going to be found right over here. And according to this chart, we see that 6/10 equals 0.6. Do one more easy one. Let's look at 3/10. And if I want to label 3/10 over here, I know it's over here. And I can see that 3/10 is equivalent to 0.3. Okay. Let's look at more challenging examples. Let's go with 0.45. Okay, so because we've added another place value here, there is no 0.45 visible to us right now, but we know that 0.4 is equal to 0.40. That is the exact same thing. So 0.4 is right there. So where would 0.45 be? Well, 0.45 would be right here in the middle. So this right here is where we would find 0.45. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit and show you right at the beginning of the number line over here. So this number right here is 0.05. And if I were to label everything here, all the little dashes in the middle are 0.05s added to these numbers. So basically this right here would be 0.15. This right here, 0.25, and so on. That's what all of these are. Okay, I know probably going to run out of space here, but do a couple more. We have the 45. Let's go over here. We'll get another benchmark one here, 0.75. So there is our number line here. So if you can remember where the halfway mark is, and you know that 0.25, this is equivalent to 1/4. 0.75 is equivalent to 3/4. If you could remember the following place values, or the following places on a number line like this, you're golden. You need to remember this here, where the halfway mark is, If you can remember where the quarter mark is, remember a quarter is half of a half. And these tenths will become a lot easier to remember. So if you notice, back when I started this lesson, I took my ruler and I did label it 1 centimeter apart from each other. And there are millimeters in there too that will help you. So use a ruler to your advantage in a situation like this. These tools are very helpful because these are all fractions. Everything here is a fraction. So I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you in the next video.